I was thinking about the whole get a set of plans, get three bids way of doing things in the building world, and how bad, how wrong that is. Because there's never a clear scope of work with it. So then a customer goes and gets three bids from three different builders, and it isn't at all that it's cheaper, it's just that it's inaccurate, that it doesn't include the same things as the expensive guy. Like there's no plumb line, there's no scope for the project that makes it clear that it's spelling out every bit of it so that it's an apples to apples comparison. And there's just a better way of doing it. And that's why I'm always banging on about the pre-construction planning process and choose your builder. And if they're the right builder for you and a good relationship, then they're usually an honest person just trying to do the best they can. And they're going to guide you through that planning process and give you an accurate number. And then, at least if you went through the planning process and you had a clear scope of work and it was like an apples to apples comparison and you went to another builder and got another set of numbers just to make sure that they were shooting you straight, I'm sure they'd be perfectly okay with that. And then it would be a true comparison. But most of the time it's not. And it's really just this race to the bottom way of doing things. And then you leave things out or you go lowball on things so that you can get the job, and then you got the job, and then there's cost overruns and change orders and makes for bad relationships and the whole 9 yards. And I just can't get over the fact that the industry is still doing it this way. It's not how it works. It's not the best practice. It's not the way we should be doing it. There should be, especially if you're in a market like ours. In our market, there's not an architect usually that does like a full scope design. Usually there's just a drafter with a set of plans, and then the homeowner takes that set of plans, which is nothing but a structural drawing of the house, and takes it to three different builders. And it doesn't call out how you're doing insulation, how you're doing sheathing, how you're doing your weather resistant barrier. It doesn't call out what level of trim, what level of granite or quartz, or it doesn't call out kind of flooring. It doesn't call out anything. And then, like this builder might do it this way and include this, and this builder might do it that way and include that, and that builder might just put a number at it and really doesn't even know what it includes. But then they come back to the homeowner, and the homeowner is supposed to make sense out of all of that. Doesn't make sense. There's a more professional, structured, intentional way of doing this. And I just want the local area to wake up and recognize that builders are true professionals. And we have a method of doing this the right way. But everybody's got to be on board. Otherwise, you're just going to keep going to the cheap guy that change orders you to death. And it's stupid. It's silly. And the reputation of the bad reputation of builders of the past, like, I don't even think that's a thing anymore. Like, yes, there are absolutely still bad builders, and usually they get run out of town pretty quick. But for the majority of them, they are just decent people. And we live in a highly specialized and competitive world where, like, the marketplace will tell you if you suck. Believe me, I've been there. And they're trying to do their best. And if they had it their way, they would have a clear scope of the project. They would spell out every detail, and then they would be able to give you an accurate price. And then when the project time comes, they can streamline it. It goes fast, it goes right, and it's a win for everybody, especially in the relationship between that builder and their customer. So I don't know, just another rant about it, because there's a better way of doing this. There's a highly efficient, highly professional way of doing it, and it is not what the internet tells you. Three bids, or get a set of plans, go to three builders, get three bids, and it's apples to oranges, and it doesn't make sense. Or else you can try to decipher what it means and make comparisons instead of just being guided to the price that you can afford or want to invest in that project or whatever it is that you want, and getting an accurate price for that with a good builder who's going to walk you through it and give you more value for your money, because he's not throwing a big slush number on top of it. When it's three bids, a builder, and he doesn't have every detail spelled out, he doesn't have any choice but to throw an extra 10% or 20% on the top of it. to cover his butt if things go sideways. And really, it's bad advice that homeowners get from the internet that's really just shooting themselves in the foot. And I wish you would believe it. I'm trying to tell you about it, but that's what I got. My rant's over. I hope it impacts somebody and makes your custom home go better. Thanks for watching.